Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends. How are you? I welcome you on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, leadership, being a boss, being a leader, everyone else want to become one. Everyone else. Nobody want to become a subordinate, although people are doing it under some sort of compulsion because they are not able to prove themselves as a leader, as a boss. One thing is becoming a boss, and one thing is becoming a leader. It is far better to become a leader if you do have the knack to do that. If you have learned the skill to be a leader, that is something really, really great. Very inspiring indeed. Dear friends, today we have taken it as a topic how to be a leader, how to be a business leader, how to be a leader of a business team. Very important indeed. Leadership on the one hand, business and money on the other hand. Everyone else need money. We are we are spending the whole of the day for the purpose of earning money. Money earning and the leadership, business leadership, two in one. It takes only eight things to understand and adopt. Only eight things to understand and adopt. If you want people to follow you, stop being a boss. Eight steps to eight steps to truly effective leadership. Eight steps to truly effective leadership. This is the topic. What are those eight steps to a truly effective leadership? Let's look upon all of these eight steps one by one. First of all, it is communication. We need to learn. We should learn to communicate well. Communication matters a lot. It matters more than anything else. Whatever you want to say, the way you communicate it, it might be displeasing, it might be hurting others, it might be disappointing others, it must be. On the other hand, contrary to that, it must be very pleasing, while still being a realistic one, not something which is false, which is not true. Communication matters a lot. I think communication in itself is a big whole subject. Communication in itself is a big whole subject. We cannot delve into all that at the moment. But, dear friends, communication, having this thing in mind for all the time, for most of the time, it will help us a lot in understanding what is the way of good communication and then, of course, adopting it. We can try to understand the methods of other people's communication. Also, we can try to understand what is the communication trouble in mine. What are the strengths of my communication? What are the weaknesses of my communication? How can I eradicate my weaknesses in the field of communication? How can I adopt the strengths and consolidate it? So, the first one is to be a good leader, to be a truly effective leader, learn to communicate effectively. That is the number one. The number two is positive reinforcement. What is this positive reinforcement? The approach to failures and mistakes. The approach to failures and mistakes, here we are giving it the title of positive reinforcement. Providing constructive feedback, providing constructive feedback, encouraging a mindset of continuous learning, encouraging a mindset of continuous learning. That is very important. Confidence building, not confidence shattering at all. Confidence building and not confidence shattering at all. So that is the number 2. It is called positive reinforcement. It is called the approach to failures and mistakes. Now there is number 3, and that is empowering instead of micromanagement. Empowering instead of micromanagement. If at all you want to become a leader, and don't go for the micromanagement at all, rather learn to empower the people, your followers, your team member will be better managing all those minor things. And don't be a micromanager at all, rather empower your team members to do all that. So dear friends, I think train them, empower them. Even in certain ways they will be able to do it better than the way you can do it yourself, and your team member will be feeling happy and empowered. Empowering instead of micromanagement. Now the fourth quality we need to create in ourselves is accountability, the leader's creed. Accountability is the leader's creed, it is the leader's faith, it is the leader's way of life. Accountability of themselves. And this is, take responsibility for their action. The leaders, the truly effective leaders, they take responsibility of their action, owe their decisions, and learning from mistakes. They don't disown their decisions, rather they owe their decisions, and they learn from their mistakes. Demonstrate integrity and commitment to continuous improvement. Demonstrate integrity and commitment to continuous improvement. That is called accountability, the leader's creed. Accountability, and accountability. And take responsibility for direction, owe your decisions, and learning from mistakes. Demonstrate integrity and commitment to continuous improvement. That is called accountability. Accountability of yourself, accountability, the leader's creed. And now the fifth is creating value through leadership. Creating value through leadership, nurturing the potential of team members. And creating value through leadership is number 1, nurturing the potential of team members, fostering an environment of growth and inspiration. B. Fostering an environment of growth and inspiration. C. Success of a team intricately linked to well-being and growth of the members. So creating value through leadership, nurturing the potential of team members. B. Fostering an environment of growth and inspiration. C. Success of a team intricately linked to well-being and growth of its members. So that was the fifth, creating value through leadership. Now the sixth is listening is more than hearing. Listening is more than hearing. Mean be an active listener, be a very active listener, understand well, and try to pick the very good points which you should adopt yourself, which you should increase your knowledge with, and also understand what's wrong in it, and not to, if at all it is found in you yourself as well, we need to throw it out. Be a very active listener, be a very very good listener. Look, we are given the two eyes, the two ears, and to understand and to pick, and only one tongue to speak. It mean the 80-20 rule, mean the 80% of the listening and 20% of the speaking. So that's very important indeed. And that is, listening is more than hearing. Number 7, fairness and equality. fairness and equality. If at all there is no fairness and no equality, I think you are not a leader at all. An unfair person can never become a true leader at all. They can become a boss for certain reasons and not for a longer period of time. People will not like to work under them if at all they don't have the fairness, if at all they are practicing the unfair thing, and if at all there is no equality. And I think that is very bad. Equality and equity mean equality is very important, fairness is extremely important. And that was the point number 7. And now the eighth and the final is cultivating future leaders. Cultivating future leaders. If at all you are leading a team, it does not mean that some of the people will be truly talented and capable. And I think picking those people, mentoring them, and taking them to the slot of the leader, that is the effective leadership. And that is the eighth step toward a true leadership. I think each one of us need to understand it, each one of us needs to practice it. Thank you very much. If at all we want to become a true leader, everyone or many of the people are so much desirous of becoming a true leader, and this is the way to be that. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.